guys, it's Jessie here, back with another video. Recently I posted a picture of my makeup brushes on Instagram and somebody requested that I do a video on all of my favorite makeup brushes, so I thought I'd go ahead and do that today. I have done this in the past, 6 months to a year ago, not really sure, but I've got some new favorites, some of the same old favorites, so I thought I'd go ahead and do an updated one because it was requested. Hopefully you guys will find this helpful. These are just all of my absolutely favorite brushes from my collection, so not necessarily from different sets, or they're not all from the same brand, but just the different brushes that I use on a daily basis that I love the most. So for foundation, my favorite is the Sigma Round Kabuki F82 brush. I love the rounded head on it. I love how dense it is. I got this in hopes that it would be a good replacement for my Coastal Scents round powder buffer that I was using before, and it's not exactly the same. I do actually kind of prefer that brush, but I just haven't gotten around to repurchasing it because mine broke. I like that one a little bit better, but this is the one that I have currently, so this is the one that I use. Like I said, I love the rounded head. It's very dense. It makes buffing in foundation really, really easy. Not really much else I can say about it. It's very, very nice. It washes up like a dream. Doesn't shed or anything, so it's really, really nice. Like that one a lot. When I'm not using a brush to apply my foundation, I love my Beauty Blender. This is clean. I just washed it. It's just stained, so if it looks gross, sorry about that. But I love the Beauty Blender. This is an amazing little beauty sponge, probably overpriced. I think you can get these for just under $20 a piece or something, so they're really ridiculously priced. But if you have the money to spend, I highly recommend that you do. This does an amazing job of stippling on foundation, really buffing it into the skin, making it look flawless. You can use this pointed end here up under the eyes to blend in your concealer. It's just a really, really nice sponge. You get it wet and it expands. You guys have all heard about the Beauty Blender. I'm certain that there's dupes out there. If I can ever find a good dupe, I'll let you guys know, because I don't enjoy spending the $20 a piece on these, but they are really amazing. For powder, there's a couple of different brushes that I like to use. I kind of think that a powder brush is a powder brush is a powder brush. I like this Sigma large powder brush, the F30, just for, you know, all over setting my foundation with a translucent powder or whatever. I really like this e.l.f. Kabuki brush. Very, very soft, as is this one. Actually, the Kabuki brush from e.l.f. is a little bit softer, but they're both fairly large. They both do a nice job of just kind of setting your makeup. Really easy. You know, a powder brush is a powder brush. Get whatever works for you. For concealer, when I'm concealing, I really love the Sigma Tapered Kabuki, the F86. I think this does an amazing job of blending concealer under my eyes or pinpointing concealer and blemishes and things. It's just a really unique brush. Very, very dense, but still soft. You know, Sigma brushes I think tend to be a little bit overhyped in my opinion. Especially like their eye brushes and things. I don't think they're fantastic or amazing or anything special, but their Kabuki style brushes like these are really, really nice. Sigma does a really great face brush. So if you can afford to spend a little bit of extra money and get them as compared to like an e.l.f. brush or whatever, then you should try. Check it out. Really, really like this one. For setting under eye concealer, I really like this brush. This is the e.l.f. Professional Powder Brush. It's just a really small brush. It's a little bit scratchy. It's not the softest brush ever, but it is from their dollar line of brushes, so it's just $1. And it fits really nicely under the eye for patting powder on top of under eye concealer to keep it from settling into those fine lines and things. So I really, really like it for that. And like I said, super affordable. Can't beat the price. My favorite blush brush is another one from Sigma. This is the Duo Fiber F50 brush. It's really, really flexible, really nice for applying blush, fits really nicely in that area for me. It's not so dense that it's like painting on the color, so you can get a really nice kind of even distribution of the product. This works great for powder blush. It works great for cream blush. Just really, really nice overall. I like the shape. I like the size. It's just a really great brush. And it cleans up beautifully, doesn't shed. Love that brush. For my bronzer, specifically contouring, I really love this brush from Coastal Scents. It doesn't have a name on it. It came in that big 22-piece set that Coastal Scents sells, but it's really nice. I don't think it's artificial. I think it's goat hair or something, but it really does a nice job of picking up the product. It's got a nice little angle. Fits perfectly in the contours of my face. Really nice, very, very soft. You can see the bristles have kind of splayed out a little bit because I've had this for a couple of years now, but it's still holding up strong. I really, really like the Coastal Scents brushes as well. For highlighting, I really love this brush from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush. Again, I think it's got a perfect shape and size for fitting just there on the tops of your cheekbones, down your nose, highlighting any of those areas. It's very, very soft, dense, but not too dense. $3 from EyeslipsFace.com, super affordable. I've also heard people rave about this as a blush brush for cream blush. I think it's a little bit small for that personally, but you know, if that works for you, then that's awesome. It's just a really nice brush, and I can't say enough good things about this one. Let's move on to some eye brushes. So my favorite eyeshadow brushes for just laying color on my lids are the $1 e.l.f. Professional eyeshadow brush. I have got quite a few of them. I think that they're really great. They're just a flat brush, so perfect for just packing color onto the lids. You don't need a super expensive fancy brush for this. They all kind of work the same. This is a good size. I don't find that they shed. As you can see, these are all the same brush, but each of them is just a tiny bit different, and that's just e.l.f. for you. But they're all really great, even though they're all a little tiny bit different. You never kind of get the same brush twice, but I've never ever purchased an eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. that wasn't amazing. So these are $1, so you really can't go wrong with the price either. Highly, highly recommend these. Grab a bunch because, like I said, they're so cheap, they're so good. Love those. I really like e.l.f. for eye brushes. Most of the eyeshadow brushes that I'm going to show you are from e.l.f. Another one from e.l.f. that I really like is the e.l.f. Professional Defining Eye Brush. I think this is a really great brush for getting in on the inner corner of the eye or under the brow bone. It's very, very soft. It's not super, super densely packed, so it's a little bit looser, makes it easier to blend. Really, really like this one as well. It is also $1 from e.l.f., so you can't go wrong with the price. I find this to be a very, very versatile little guy. I've used it to apply shadow under the lower lash line, for blending up into the crease. Really, really great brush. For crease work, I really love the e.l.f. Professional Eye Crease Brush as well as the e.l.f. Professional Blending Eye Brush. You can see they're both kind of the same shape, they're just different sizes. This little crease brush is got a really nice small head, so you can really apply the product exactly where you want it. I know sometimes you get these crease brushes and they're huge and it's really hard to get precise with them. That is not an issue with this. You can use it in the crease, you can use it on the outer V of your eye or under your lower lash line. Another really versatile one. And this is a great blending brush without being super loose. It's very dense, really gets a good blend. Don't know what else to say about it. Really, really great. When I want a looser blend, I really like the Sigma tapered blending brush, the E40. It's not my favorite blending brush though. My favorite is from London Soho. I think you can get it at Walmart, but I've seemed to have lost that brush, so I'm gonna have to purchase a new one. This is basically the same size and shape and everything. The only thing I don't like about this is that this does shed. So you could probably skip out on this brush and just get that London Soho one, but I just wanted to share with you the size and the shape that I like. It's very loose, so it's really nice to kind of blend things out really well. Not as precise as something like this, but does the job really, really nicely. Sorry, I'm stuttering over my words. I'm at a loss for what to say sometimes. Another brush that I really love from e.l.f. is the e.l.f. Small Angled Brush. This is my preferred brush for cream eyeliner. It's a really nice stiff angle on it, so it's perfect for applying that liner right up against the lash line. It's a good size, it's not too wide, it's not too small, it's just really nice. I've also used this to fill in my eyebrows in a pinch, so that's a really great brush. $3 from EyeslipsFace.com. What else do I have here? This is the e.l.f. Small Smudge Brush. This is great for smudging outliner if you want a smoky look, or for really precise application of color on the inner corner or wherever you need to be really precise. Great little brush. Working down to the very last few here. This is a little Urban Decay brush that I got in my Vice 2 palette, and I've actually really been loving this brush for travel because it's got the flat shader brush on one side and the fluffy blending brush on the other side. It's really nice, great to just toss in your bag for touch-ups. So I thought I'd include that here. I don't know if you can buy this individually or not. I just got it in my Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, but if you can ever get a product like this with the double-ended thing, it's really, really nice to kind of take with you in travel. So that's that. A really basic brush that I think everybody needs to have, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about today. This is the e.l.f. Professional Eyelash and Brow Wand. I use this every single day for combing through my brows, both before and after I fill them in. You can use this to separate your lashes if your mascara clumps them up or whatever. This is $1 from Eyes Lips Face, just a little spoolie. I mean, basic. You can't go wrong with this. I think it's a necessity for any makeup collection, and I highly recommend it. So, there's that. I think that's everything. Nope, one more brush I want to talk to you guys about. Forgot. My favorite brow brush is the C215 Angled Brow Brush from Coastal Scents. It's just a really tiny angled brush that is perfect for filling in your eyebrows, whether it be wax or powder that you use. I got this in a Coastal Scents mystery box a while ago. I don't know if you can buy this individually, but any small kind of angled brush that's stiff enough that you can really get precise with it, but not so stiff that it's like an eyeliner brush. I don't know if that makes sense. Sorry, you guys. Like I said, I'm kind of stumbling over my words today, but really, really like this brush. It's just perfect for that. So that's the one that I use. And that is all of the brushes that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Hopefully you found this helpful. Definitely check out brushes from Sigma. Sigma's great, especially their face brushes. Coastal Scents does great brushes all across the board. They're really affordable. And of course, e.l.f. eye brushes are my all-time favorite. So those are just a couple of the companies that I've really had a lot of success with, and I think you should check out. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye, everyone.